Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So you're actually getting scammed every day at the grocery store. I want to show you how, and well, frankly, there's not much you can do about it, but it's better to know what's going on. Also too, if you're new here, my name is Chris. I was a professor for about 10 years, and this is how I help you navigate and grow. So let's share my screen here. Okay, so we started with this. This is Pepsi. We looked at Pepsi's earnings yesterday, and I covered it because Pepsi said, hey, we're increasing our revenue. I think it was like 5%, something like that. And if you follow the channel, I like these food stocks, your Pepsis, your Mondelez, your Procter & Gamble's, Kimberly-Clark, or I won't say food, I'll just say consumer defensive. They're just good all the time. Now, you want to have a mix of lots of different stocks in your portfolio, but I kind of want to show you what these companies are doing because Pepsi actually stated in their earnings report, it's also known as shrinkflation, but the basic idea is that they're decreasing sizes and jacking up prices. So you're getting less value from these companies. So you're getting cheated, which is kind of interesting. And you may or may not know this, and I'd be curious, and I'd love to hear in the comments if you guys have noticed more trends in these things. I want to look at some examples of it, and like I said, I want you to mention comments if you've noticed anything like this. And you may not have noticed at all, and that's why it's part of kind of a scam. So like cat food, basically, they used to be 5.1 ounces, or actually I should say they are 5.1 ounces, and they used to be 5.9. They're reducing the size, and the company's claiming because it was unprecedented demand, they didn't have enough, so they had to reduce the portion size. It's kind of like rationing of cat food. Your cat's probably sad that they're not getting as much food, right? Reese's Peanuts, they decreased the size to 1.5 ounces, right, from 1.6. So, look at check the packages. It's kind of interesting. Also, too, garbage bags are smaller now. So Hefty used to give you 90-pound bags. Now they're giving you 80-pound bags, and it's the same price, they say, but you're getting less value, obviously. Also, too, Pringles. Actually, I never really eat Pringles, so I don't really have much comment on this. But it's kind of interesting that the original ones are smaller, 5.2 ounces, and then the other flavors are 5.5. So the funny thing is that it might depend on which flavor of either potato chip or Pringle you get. You may get more value. So definitely check the sizes on these things, guys. This is a real thing. You can see it for yourself. Original is less value. So I would suggest get the sour cream and onion. See, we don't even just recommend companies and stocks. We also recommend which potato chips to eat. Hershey's chocolates are also smaller in size. You can see right here, they're cutting them down by, 2 ounces, which is actually quite a lot for Hershey's Kiss. The Doritos have the same issue as well. They're getting smaller. And you're going to notice that a lot of these packages, a lot of these snacks foods, so it's not by accident that these companies are doing these kind of things. And the companies that do this stuff, they're the ones that usually do well during inflation. Now, Walmart is also on here. So Walmart, Dollar General, Target, usually these are good during recessionary periods. Walmart's an interesting one, though, because kind of what's going on is people still need to buy stuff no matter what, right? So in this example, paper towels, they went from 168 to 120. The kind of funny thing is there was one of these examples here that they're making the claim that paper towels work better these days, so you don't need as many. Then I guess you could make the claim with that on toilet paper. So I'll be curious if you guys agree or disagree with if that toilet paper indeed does work better if our toilet paper technology has improved and therefore we don't need as much. I'm not sure about that. But chocolate is now 10% less. That's your Cadbury. Yeah, this is the toilet paper. No, actually, this is not toilet paper, but paper towels. So Procter & Gamble is saying they're instead of giving you 165 sheets, they're giving you 147. And when you look through this stuff, it's just really funny because, to be perfectly honest, I didn't notice it because I'm an idiot, and I don't want you to be an idiot like me. So don't be an idiot like me and notice that your sheets are changing. So you're getting 312 per roll opposed to 340. It's just not something I had ever really considered. I go to the store, whatever toilet paper is on sale, I buy. That's how I operate. I'll be curious if any of you guys are brand loyal to toilet paper. I'm a toilet paper switching brander switcher person. Cereal is interesting as also. They've reduced the family size, right, from 24.8 to 22.3. And one thing, too, is kind of interesting. My wife brought up the point. There's a joke in Korea because it's happening in Korea with ramen because those ramen packages are real popular in Asia. But people are making a joke that you're buying air these days because you're getting a smaller amount of ramen. And the companies, what they do, they keep the packages looking the same size. That they put basically air or like nitrogen or something in that. So it's funny because I had never considered this before. Think about potato chips, right? They always make the bags look really big, and you open them up, and then it's like shrinks down quite a bit. So that's why they do that. They want you to feel like you're buying something big. Coffee is being hit, so Folgers is going from 51 to 43. And again, some of these are either going to be raising prices or keeping prices the same. Probably they're trying to fool you, right? So even shampoo, you're getting hit with this kind of stuff. This is again Procter & Gamble. So Procter & Gamble, like I said, is one of my favorite stocks because they know how to weather the storm. They pass on the price to the consumers, essentially what they're doing here. It's a really interesting thing. Cereal again, this is Post, right? Going from 20 ounces to 19.5. Dog food, and actually for people who have dogs, right, cats or dogs, you would probably notice a difference because you got to buy food all the time. And the difference between a 50-pound and a 44, I'm pretty sure you'd notice. Like for me, for example, if I were to buy, say, I like, what do you want to call it, chips and salsa kind of stuff. If I buy a bag of chips, I don't look at the size of it. But I think for dog food, because this is so much heavier, that's a 6-pound difference. I'm pretty sure you guys would notice that. And I'd be curious if you guys have. Also, we have cereal as well, shrinking down. And it's fun to look at these things. Ice cream, Tillamook ice cream. Actually, when I grew up in Oregon, and we used to go to the Tillamook place. It was really cool. We'd always get ice cream there. So they're saying that they didn't make the carton smaller. They're just reducing the amount of ice cream in there. So you wouldn't know the difference. That's essentially a scam, right? Because you grab it, it looks the same, but yet it's not. Toothpaste also is you're getting less from 4.1 to 3.8. You guys can see it's a lot of products. That's why I was saying you're probably getting cheated all the time. Mondelez is an international brand. They do well all over the world, in fact. But they had a pullback recently in the stock because of the Ukraine situation and in Russia. But they're reducing the weight. It says, wow, 25%. That's quite a bit. Also more chocolate as well. One thing I think is interesting is if you do the math on this stuff, like you say, okay, we're getting less stuff, how much less? So in the case of the Bounty, from 165 sheets to 147, that means you get 18 fewer uses, essentially, which is kind of interesting. So if you do it once a day, maybe it lasts, 18 less days. Toothpaste, the basic gist of it is 1 fewer brushing. So you kind of might not notice, but it is affecting your value. You're getting 5 less potato chips in a bag of potato chips, right? This is just putting in real terms. What are you getting less? And then in terms of like wheat thins, you're getting 28 fewer crackers. So I think this stuff is really, really fascinating. And remember, for these kind of companies, they make money on volume, right? By selling you tons of bag of potato chips, their margins are kind of slim, but they make money on volume. So reducing that just 5 potato chips per bag, it adds up. And then the last one, which is really interesting, is the whole vitamin situation. Now, vitamins are really funky. They're doing different things. So some of these things here is you could do like fill up less of the bottle, right? That's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is you can change the dosage of the vitamin, meaning like having more vitamin C in it and such. So one thing that they're recommending is, check the price essentially and check the dosage because it might change. Because you can see down here, they're saying like, even though these are all $2.50 per serving, whatever, 2 gummies in this example, it says it's 18,000 total milligrams. 2 gummies here is 11,200, and then 2 gummies here is like 15,000. So it's really bizarre. Depending on the size of the bottle that you buy, the gummies might be sized a little bit different and have different potencies. I'm just reading through this here as well. So, like as you can see here, it has twice the vitamin C. One of the reasons why you would do that is it reduces on your shipping costs, which I think is really quite interesting. So all of these calculations that we're talking about, either potato chips, vitamins, chocolate, all of these things, this is sort of just, I illustrate this stuff to help you guys understand business. Remember we were talking about during this time, when fuel costs are really high, you would want to reduce the weight of your products as much as you can, right? It's not just the material, it's the weight of your products. Also too, you got to figure out a way to jack up prices. Now the fascinating thing is that they're jacking up prices and reducing our sizes. So that is something that it's funny. I'm too stupid to notice. I'm honest. I didn't realize this was happening until I read the Pepsi earnings report. And I'll be curious if you guys noticed it before me. If you guys are like, man, this sucks. We're getting scammed at the grocery. But I frankly didn't notice it. I need to check. I need to go back and check maybe Kroger if they're doing this kind of thing as well. Because Kroger grocery is an interesting one. Because if we're all staying at home, Kroger was doing pretty good, right? And these kind of companies, because of what they can do with their, say, home brands, they can do that as well, and they can also make money. So love to hear you guys' thoughts on this thing. Don't get scammed at the grocery store. And if you feel like your wallet's getting a little bit lighter and you're getting less value, you're not crazy. It is happening. So thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.